Is that an apple?
This is the most intelligent bloke, you don't even know what that is.
Yeah, it's an apple, yeah.
You've been eating all the time.
No.
Oh no, it's just you know you have. We're just about. They went. It's just honestly, Rob. They just went to go right. Let's start filming. And go start seeing an apple.
I've literally been sat here for 10 minutes. They're winding you up. They're winding you up.
Is it true? Is that what we lying? Are we lying?
Who is?
Are we lying?
Who's always on time?
Yeah, that sounded crazy.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
What was they doing in the toilet?
We were trying to do this without an edit.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Tour Diaries. I assume they've been recording the whole time, so we might as well get into it. Lee, Julian, how are we both?
Perfect.
Perfect.
I feel really good this morning.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Why?
Just had a tremendous day.
Good.
Yeah, everything was brilliant.
Yeah. We're going to trade stories on our days a little bit. You guys were off eating some amazing food with Robbie. You had the Ian Wright event, which looked incredible. You got to meet and chat to him, although I think you've both met him before. Yep. So see him again. That looked a really great event. We were there briefly, saw the event, looked incredible as well. We were at the media day as well. That was brilliant. Got to meet some people, important
What do you
people.
mean you've got to meet some people?
Josh Kroenke was there. Richard
Well,
Garlick.
mention it.
Mention it.
Don't be shy.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah,
Okay.
it's quite fun.
What he was doing was holding back.
Oh, holding back.
It was building.
Well, I've got
it
to say, like I'm glad you didn't, leave it and build it up for 15, 20 minutes for a pathetic ending like with those other two yesterday.
Oh, what with the Jude Bellingham story? You're still not impressed, are you?
No, I'm impressed. I wasted 15 minutes of my life standing here watching that. And I hope the comments were brutal with them, like, you know what I mean, when they woke up.
You know what actually did come of that podcast more than anything was Liverpool and Real Madrid fans took those quotes from that podcast and they were almost fueling a transfer rumour out of Trent being with Real Madrid players. Now, I've got to be honest, I was sat here, because I was still up when they got back, and they came in there, listed all the players. My brain didn't once think, oh, that's Trent with all the not all, with 2 or 3 Real Madrid players. Nor did they. I mean, when they were telling the story, they weren't remotely thinking for 1 second, there might be something in it. Now, I think there was maybe the Mirror that covered that Trent was on holiday with Jude Bellingham. Look, Bukayo Saka's out here too. Footballers hang out together. Yeah. But it really stirred something online, and Liverpool fans weren't happy, and Real Madrid fans were talking about it.
Jude Bellingham and Trent are apparently really friendly. So they're
there
probably
you
in America, and
Camavinga's out here too. There's loads of them.
They're probably sitting here, let's go LA. Like, it's not like, can we save up for it? They can just do what they like. It's just gone crashed and gone.
But ultimately, there was one thing that you and I were concerned about, which was that we'd stayed in bed and they'd gone off and met Arsenal players. Yeah. And we thought the whole thing was going to be a wind-up because they were keeping it secret, that they were building it up, and at the end, the joke was on us, the fact that we went to bed and they met Arsenal players, because at the end of it, we just don't care.
I take a little bit of credit for that, because they were in bed. I'd had a few, and I was like, "Come on!"
You've had a few on this already, by the way.
I've been having a good time, and I was like, "We've got to go out. Let's at least check it out Thursday night." And honestly, Cecil and Curtis at one point, I was like, "Come on, let's go. Let's have a night. Let's see what happens." But ultimately, I didn't want to pay the money to get in the end. But yeah, look cool. Anyway, on to yesterday though. Like I said, we split off the different days. We did do though, before we split off, we had a morning in the escape room. Everyone, that video comes out.
Oh, that was brilliant.
It was top tier. In fact, let me ask production to send me the exact name, because do you guys have it to hand? Because we need to shout them out. They were quality. And we were in this escape room. It was Jumanji themed. And you just start by doing puzzles. And to be honest, when we were in that room, I thought, all right, we'll probably try and figure out how to get out. But then another door opens, in you go, and then that opens to another door. We all had different tasks we had to do.
It was great.
It was absolute quality. I think it was the best escape room in LA, apparently. It's
and you can see why, because the greatest thing about it was, I've done one in England at Canary Wharf, and it's just one room like that first bit. But what was great about it was it opened it up, and there were certain things. Oh, do I want to go? And I got a little bit freaky when I went in the train. Like, do you know what I mean? I didn't want to be stuck in there and things like that. It was really, really intense how they done it.
It was a lot more challenging than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be really easy.
Did you?
Yeah, but it wasn't. It wasn't at all. But obviously, we don't want to give away the ending because it was.
No. But it was something that I think there was a few of the guys hummed and hawed whether they wanted to go on it, and a few didn't, and we sort of said, all right, we're up for it.
No, it was great.
And I'm
60 out escape rooms, it's called. Julian, where did they rank you in terms of your performance out of the four of us?
Well, I came in on my favourite number 4.
Out of?
Well, it was 5 because Jason was there. He sort of participated for a minute, didn't he?
He did. He helped us a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, 4 is my favourite number.
So actually, you come 5th.
No, 4 is my favourite number. And I came in at number 4.
Basically, we asked them to rank who was the most useful throughout. They went, yeah.
I thought Jason only done a couple of minutes and he was more useful. That's just all I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean?
It's not true, but you'll have to watch the video to find out.
What do you reckon, Jason? It's true. There you go.
No, it is good fun. Go watch that.
Brilliant.
And then we split off 2 separate days. You lot did the food, and then you were with Ian Wright. We were at the Arsenal Media Day. We did come together for the evening. That was good fun. Big up to TJ if you're watching.
Yes, thank you, TJ.
Yeah, we had a fantastic
top
night
guy
in LA.
Very top. Very generous.
Well, look, let's start with you guys. Robbie said,
Robbie, what can we say?
We've got dinner, and he thought, okay, all right, we'll go with Robbie. Only how far was it?
Yeah, well, it wasn't a case of we'll go with Robbie.
Yeah.
Robbie decided where we'd go. The issue I had was Robbie didn't know where we were going. So he said, well, I haven't got the address. Yeah. And I said, well, why don't you just give me the name? And so he gave me the name, and this is the wonders of Google. Within a nanosecond, we had the address, only to find that it was 2 hours away.
Yeah, so
I heard you spent the whole drive slagging off Robbie.
Well, yeah, we went.
Well, we had 2 hours. What else were we going to do for 2 hours?
We was actually sitting there like and thinking, and we actually went 11 miles. It took us an hour and 20 minutes, right? And we was actually sitting there, and I think like
we nearly turned around, didn't we?
Yeah, Julian's going, oh, let's blow this out, let's sack this off, say we can't get through. It's like going to London to Birmingham for a meal, or London through to like North London to South London through traffic for a meal that we don't even know what it's going to be like. But we was told it was going to be top drawer food, and of course Robbie, I'll tell you what, like I have to give it to him. He organised it on the day that he had a meeting over that way, so he was only
literally about 5 minutes away.
Oh, that's convenient.
So he was 5 minutes away from the restaurant,
and we still got there before him.
We got there before him, but
unbelievable.
We were slagging him off. We was giving it, you know what I mean, like typical Robbie. You know what I mean? They're all meeting Arteta and Odegaard, and we're on some motorway to hell.
Freeway, whatever, for 2 hours going absolutely nowhere. However, I can't even describe how good this food is.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy whose place it was,
Jason. Big up Jason.
Unbelievable.
He had this passion, right, for food. Like
he was like an artist, wasn't he?
For Arsenal.
Right.
He was
but he had the same passion for Arsenal as well. That's why he invited us.
Yeah,
right.
But he was like really passionate about his food, and he was like telling us, just get on with it, man. We're hungry, like, you know what I mean. We wasn't really in the best sort of mood, but as soon as we got there, the vibe was different. Drinks were flowing. Oh my God. I've never tasted food like it.
So after slagging Robbie off all journeys, well done, the Don.
Oh no, we were
pulled through.
He's giving it. I always come through for you guys, and yes, Robbie. But the food kept coming and coming and coming,
and we kept eating and drinking
and dishes, wasn't it?
Well done.
It was sensational.
Yeah, well, there's something about how he does it. He's limited the amount of people that can go to his restaurant because he wants everyone to have this experience, and he doesn't agree with sort of mass production food.
Right.
So the place would hold far more than he'd let in.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he does to it, but even something simple like corn on the cob.
Oh. If we can, we get a photo of the corn.
We'll try to get some photos of all this.
And I've never tasted corn. I know it sounds stupid, but corn on the cob's corn on the cob, right?
Yeah.
I've never tasted anything like it. I've never tasted nothing like it. We had 2 lots of that.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but 60 Out escape rooms was where we were. Yeah, named 60 Out. Go check them out. So while you lot were eating and drinking, having a great time, the rest of us were doing some work. But I don't know if I could call it that because we had a great day.
Oh, right. Well, what was your work then? So,
well, we went to, was it UCLA, Ryan? Was it?
LA Rams training ground, right?
Yeah, but I don't think it's where LA Rams actually train. I think it's where they have like their academy, like LA Rams campus or whatever. So I don't know if maybe, I have no idea how American football works, whether they have an academy system or whatever, because I know sometimes it filters through the college system. Anyway, they gathered there where there was like LA Rams facilities, and we got there we had to get there for 3 to pick up press passes. Press conference was at 4, but things were sort of delayed a little bit, so they said, do you want to go outside and just sort of see this activity that was going on? Actually, let me find the exact name of it in a second, but basically they were
done a lot of prep for this, haven't you?
But that's the point of this, all a bit off the cuff. They had basically young soccer players and young football. It was like football meets football, basically. Yeah. Young football, American football players, young soccer players, who were sort of doing drills, playing games together.
Do we have to call it soccer? Can we not call it football?
Well, I'm just trying to differentiate between the two. Sean McVay, the LA Rams coach, was there with a couple of players as well. Mikel Arteta and Odegaard then showed up. We then had Josh Kroenke was there. Met him. He's cool, really nice. Richard Garlick. Stan Kroenke then arrived. Who else? Obviously, general staff that you'll all know of. Sharky was, of course, there with Arsenal. And it was really great. They were just sort of doing drills and games with the kids before going in to do the press conference. Obviously, Curtis got his question in. But it was a really good day out. And it kind of made me think, like, I know in the midst of a season we talk about how much football there is being played. So there's no time for things like this. And Arsenal will do other things like that. But it was just like, just how open it was, the access,
That's the difference when you come over here, isn't it?
On tour it's very different.
Very different. There's not a lot of access when you for Premier League games and all that, but it does seem a little bit more relaxed and open here, So, but we never get invited on those things, do we?
Loyola Marymount University. That's what we were. But yeah, it was great. I mean, it was quite surreal, like.
Did you go to the press conference?
Yeah, we went to the press conference. I was stuck somewhere at the back, and I slightly bottled asking a question.
Why?
I'll tell you what. Okay, I'll tell you why.
Did you have a question lined up?
Yes. So we were in the car for an hour, and I had it. I'll tell you the question I wanted to ask. Tell me if you think it's a good question, right? I wanted to ask him, with Smith, I say he's not going to comment on Smith Rowe, right? But with what's going on and what's reported, when he sells players, when players leave the club, I want to ask whether, like, that affects him emotionally in any way. Someone you've worked with for 4 or 5 years every day, you've been developing this younger player. We just see it as, right, 35 minutes in, player goes out, it's for football business. But for him, this is someone he's got to be ruthless and sort of decide, right, does this person have a future, yes or no? And then if it's no, they've got to go through the whole process of that player either being removed by the club in some way or the player leaving off their own accord. So I wanted to know how he kind of deals with that. But every question that came in, and rightly so, it was so positive. How are you enjoying LA? How are you enjoying things with the Rams, Sean McVay, meeting the kids? I thought, I can't fly in with a question about...
That's exactly what you should have done. Is ask a different question.
I just felt like...
I also think that...
would it have been a good question?
I think it is a very, very good question.
I think a lot of people would have found it boring, but I'd have been interested.
That's what that decision is what differentiates him from being a coach to a manager. You know what I mean? If you want to be a coach, you just coach and all that. But you want to be a manager, you have to make those hard, difficult decisions. Yeah. And that's the difference. You get a lot of people and a lot of players that I just want to coach because they don't want to make those decisions.
Yeah.
But ultimately, you know, if you want to be the main man, you have to make really difficult decisions. And I'm pretty sure, I'd imagine, even with the Aubameyang one, that he had a restless night thinking about what to do and what not to do.
I don't think he would have had a restless night with Aubameyang. I think he would have known exactly what to do and how to do it and when to do it.
Okay, but Aubameyang is a particular... Maybe that situation put him in a particular position. Yep. What I find really... Ozil's an interesting one, but again, we don't quite know what happened there. I'm talking someone like... No, not Balogun. Damn, why is it so hard to think of? Who's a player who I mean, Smith Rowe just is the golden example, really.
Yeah, Smith Rowe, I think it is a golden thing. Yeah.
But he's almost doing...
Kieran Tierney. Right, that's the perfect example. Kieran Tierney, right? Here's someone who came in and he said he trains like he plays. He sets the standards how he looks after himself. Arm around him. Kieran, you're my brother. There was a point where the only way we looked like scoring was getting the ball out to Kieran Tierney. Now, at some point, as Arsenal got better, Tierney's here, Arsenal are here. Actually, no, sorry. Tierney's here, Arsenal are here. And you move along, but eventually Arsenal are just, and then it gets that point where Arsenal have just gone beyond Tierney. How do you have that conversation where you go, sorry mate, Sociedad want you on loan and we're going to do the deal? Because
ruthlessness. Because it's not Sunday League football.
Tierney's not a bad bloke, ultra professional, and he's been there for 3-4 years. You've won an FA Cup with him. He's done whatever you've asked him to do. Suddenly we don't need you. That's what I want to know about Mikel Arteta. How do you go from I got you, you got me, like we're in this together, to I don't need you anymore?
Do you know what? They have that all their lives.
Yeah. It was a discussion we had, didn't we?
From youth team, going through and all that. Like, you can bring in Aaron Ramsdale's another good point about it and all that. But we were saying
what was the description? The spare peg. The spare peg is what Perry Groves told us, is that you can have someone that's your colleague, your friend, you go out with socially, and then one day there's a spare peg because they've just gone, and that's football, and they get used to that. Yeah. They have a lot of massive rewards from being footballers, but the flip side to that is they have to accept that things can change very quickly, ruthlessly. Yeah. That's just how it is, that they will replace. It's like with the managers. The manager will get sacked and a new manager will come in. The new manager coming in knows he's replaced one of his colleagues, potentially one of his friends, and the same could be happening to them.
Yep. And you just get on with it.
Just get on with it. You have to get on with it. And that's the game.
That's the game, yeah, exactly.
But no, it was cool meeting them. I mean, they all have exceptionally high standards. The expectation is we've come a long way, but there's still so much further to go, which is
rightly so.
Rightly so. The ambition is there. The players looked. I mean, Ødegaard, seeing him in the flesh, these players are they're in shape. They are ready to go. I mean, you've got to think how long have we been out? 5-6 days? We're not that deep into pre-season. And I think these players keep themselves fit throughout and ready to go. No, I know, but I think once upon a time, you could just maybe in the summer. But I think they just maintain that level all the time.
Listen, Martin Ødegaard has not been nightclubbing and getting in at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning since he's been here. He's been...
Well, of course, Ødegaard,
and that's how it is. Yeah. And that's how it is all through their lives. Years ago, you used to go off and do whatever, and it's a mad thing. Is that you and it happened when I was playing. You get weighed at the last game of the season, and then you get weighed when you first come back in. And if you was over, you get fined. Nowadays, they've got programs that they call it now, summer programs of keeping themselves fit.
Well, shout out to Curtis, who did ask a question.
Yeah, and a very good one.
Yeah. What's it finally going to take to beat Pep? He said he actually kind of came up with that on the spot because he had a load of others, but in the moment, that's just what he wanted to ask him. I think that's what you got Arteta in front of you.
What was the answer?
Well, go watch the press conference, everyone. Okay. Sophie actually asked a great question too, but no, he said 114 points. That's the target. Win every game.
But that's incorrect.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right, do you want to tell Mikel that? We'll get you media for the next one.
Well, you can win one and draw one. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because if you draw against City, you win everything. You win every other game. You get 112 points, and that will guarantee you win the league. So you don't need 114 points. He was incorrect on that.
We said that earlier on today, didn't we?
No, we didn't. I've just come up with that.
No, I was talking to Cecil about it earlier.
Right.
But no doubt you was listening to our conversation.
I was not listening.
Yeah, I don't know.
So where was I?
I don't know, probably leaning over like you're doing fan camps. If you ever watch Julian, he's like... He was out the window, the bathroom window.
I never heard that conversation.
Mikel was, I think, trying to set a standard of win every game.
Yeah, he's missing the point.
I don't think he was saying, well, mathematically a draw at the Etihad, if we win every other game, should do it. I
would have pulled him up.
Do you know what he
said?
You'd
have pulled him up?
This is what he said.
Well, that's good of you.
Well, I pulled him up on this, trying to be the... Can I swear on here or not? No?
Well, it depends what you...
I was going to say Billy Big Bollocks.
Oh, that's all right.
Right, saying, it's a heated pool. That's why it's warm at night. So I said, all right, so why is it cold in the morning? He went, good night. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
No, it was colder in the morning because you don't have the sun on it. I explained, but you don't listen.
No, so why is it warm at night? You said it was because it was heat, nothing to do with the sun.
Because it's had the sun on it all day. And when you said at night, you were getting in there about 10 o'clock and it had the whole day to heat up.
But you said it was because the heating was on. They put a heat in the pool.
It is heated as well, but it's got double heating, as in it's heated pool, plus it's had the sun on it all day. So when you get in it in the morning, it hasn't had the sun for how many hours?
Well,
very
now
rational.
we've established
114 points does win you the league, by the way.
Yeah,
It does win you the league, but you only need 112 to also guarantee you win the league. And you can't get 113 points.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you, Julian. So, so Arteta and Erdegaard walked in on Cecil and Jason in the bathroom. Did you hear about this?
Yes,
Yeah.
Talking Spanish, apparently.
Yeah, that sounded crazy.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
What was they doing in the toilet?
We were trying to do this without an edit.
Yeah. Yeah, you messed that one up, haven't you?
Yeah.
But you lot were talking so long about heated pools.
Yeah.
I thought, let's wrap this up. We've got to go to SoFi.
Well,
Jason Cecil
there's a difference between
went to the
wrapping it up
bathroom because you know
why? What together?
No, you know, they were in a long drive. You go to the, you know,
If you
it's
say
a
so.
normal thing in life.
I can relate.
And
to that.
Arteta and Erdegaard walked in behind them.
Oh, they was in there as well.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
And
Yeah.
did they converse, or we don't do
I-
those sort of things in the
They said
toilet?
I don't
you
think
know.
many words were shared. So that happened.
Oh, can I ask? Can we go back to our day now, right?
Yeah.
So we're
Okay.
going in the car now, right? You can
It's a
imagine
car
this.
crash, this.
Now we're having this food, and we're saying we got to get out of here as soon as we can because we want to get to the Ian Wright.
Have you asked about the Ian Wright thing? Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Right. So we're going.
That's it. End on that. Go.
So we're going on Ian Wright. So halfway through this meal, we kind of. I love Ian Wright, but
Love the food
without
more.
the food's more. If we're late, we're late. Where we was going, there's no way we're going to be late, like, you know. So we gets there about
20 past 8.
yeah, so about 15 minutes into the show, like, so we missed the first bit. And for me, it was a special thing because as I walked in, Ian was talking about Kevin, and you know, the crowd were very, very emotional towards it. And all that. It was a lovely moment. That Ian was telling a few stories about Kevin, and the way he was telling them was exactly how we know Kevin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and it was a real fond moment, and to see all the fans there, you know, like, big up to Ian Wright because it was packed, wasn't it? And it was a
packed.
very, very good show, very funny.
And at the end, he gave people the option. He says, look, if you go out through the left aisle, you can meet me. If you go out through the right aisle, you can just go. No queuing to get out. Not one person went out through the right aisle.
There you go.
Yeah,
And he done every photo.
every photo.
Venue was incredible. Can't even remember.
Oh, it was brilliant.
Venue,
Really iconic. It was really, really
shows
nice.
Like
like,
prep
you
time
know.
because I
And
don't know the answers to anything.
and then we got to meet him afterwards, and we had a chat. And you know, I have to say, he'd been there 20, 25 months, might be even longer, having these photos done, and he was as buoyant about the first one as he was the last one. You know what I mean? So fair play to him. Great night.
Fair play. And nice that he got those words in about Kevin as well.
Yeah,
And like you
yeah.
said, the Arsenal
So,
fans all there to sort of
Yeah, it was a good moment.
appreciate it. No, look, it was a good day. Lots of filming, lots of various things going on. We did end on a night out, but there we go.
Well, I've got to say,
Yeah.
you know, big
Yeah.
up to Cecil. You know what I mean? Because
he came through.
He come
we
through.
doubted him, didn't we?
well, you did.
Oh, you did as well.
This is the guy who met Jude Bellingham. How are you doubting him?
Yeah, well, no, I
Yeah.
did that because he didn't get off to the best of start. It was like a game of football. His first half weren't great, but his second half was unbelievable.
You're talking about last night?
Yeah, I thought first half he was poor.
No, it was only for the first couple of minutes. It was a bit shaky.
Yeah,
But,
maybe.
yeah.
I didn't think he was great in the first half, did you? But second half, wow.
Thanks for inviting us out, TJ.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
No,
No,
I thought it was
second half.
brilliant. I thought it was
Second
brilliant.
half
And
he
it wasn't a
nailed it.
case of it was bad. It was a case of we were a little bit unsure. But after 5-10 minutes, we were sure it was going to be a very good night.
Very good night.
And it was.
Okay.
I just feel I thought we nailed it.
Yeah, it was very good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
great,
I had a
you know.
great time. I
Yeah,
don't know why you're...
No, it's
No,
just
I
we
don't know
weren't
why,
sure.
it's
Yeah. Oh, put it on me as usual.
The way you're saying it, you're saying it like there's like
No, look, listen,
things that happen that we can't talk about. It was
No, there
just a
nothing-
normal
there was
night
nothing that
out.
happened. We were just unsure about the evening because we didn't really know what was going to be going on. And
Right.
after 5 minutes,
like, you know,
we were sure.
Right, okay, fine.
That's what we meant.
Ryan was in the same boat. He was over there. He was saying, like, you know, I don't know if it's just going to go the way we want it to go, because it was a very, very nice place, but very, very quiet. And then you just went downstairs, and it was just
the club.
The club was just rocking.
Yeah, it's
And
phenomenal.
I thought to myself,
and
why
they
weren't
played
we in
ABBA.
here 10, 15? Yeah.
They played ABBA. It wasn't just all your
It
loud
wasn't all of
music
that,
with no words.
That boom boom, was it?
Yeah.
It was like, it was a bit of culture.
Yeah.
Culture to the club.
And they brought all those sparklers and
Bubbles.
Bubbles. We like the bubbles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you so much for
And
watching.
there's a couple of us have picked up hangovers from the night before. I've got to say this, you know what I mean? Like, you drink a lot.
Thank you.
No, it's not a compliment, but like you do drink a lot. But you get up the next day, you're you know, me and Ryan, we're walking
Years
like
of
around
practice.
a couple of zombies today, like, you know.
Years of practice. All right, everyone, this has been a complete car crash of a show, but we're going to wrap it up there. We're on our way to SoFi. Thank you for all the stories, Julian. And go check out the
I think it was a
vlogs.
car crash. A bit harsh that night, you know.
Cecil wasn't driving.
Cuts.
Everyone, lots of content coming from SoFi. We tried to tell you a little bit about our day. Don't think we did a good job of it, but
We're off to Arsenal.
we've had a great time. It's our last full day in LA. We'll be in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah.
leaving
How
tomorrow.
quick has it gone?
Yeah, it's
How
flown
quick
by.
has it gone?
It's gone a bit quicker for me.
Quicker than this podcast.
See you soon.
What do you mean car crash?